Hi, I'm the hobo behind the post office who thinks she's really glamorous, Yvonne.
And I'm that grease fire in the kitchen that singed off one of your eyebrows, Glumm.
And welcome to the Victory Lap, where we discuss the most recent episode of All Stars Season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So this episode fulfilled a lot of expectations that I had, specifically that Kennedy was just gonna rise from the ashes like the Glamazonian phoenix that she is and just kill this challenge.
She crystallized and then she came back at Glamazon and she killed it!
Shout out to Dela for winning 3 challenges in a row. I'm pretty sure she's broken any record. This episode was entitled
The Bitchler!
And it was basically a parody of The Bachelor, except with crazy drag queens. So
Yay!
Each one of the girls were all given parts. They were very typecasted. I don't think anyone was given a role that wasn't them.
Yeah.
Except for BB. I didn't quite understand her role in comparison to her, but I thought everybody else was really well typecasted.
But, I mean, she took that virgin role and she ran with it.
She did such great things with it. It was like her Diana, where it was you took it to a place I didn't think you would, and it was great. With the flowers sprinkling everywhere was so funny.
Virgin.
It was so funny. Milk was really extra, Aja was really extra, and I don't think that Milk was cute in this episode at all. There were so many other directions that she could have taken that stalker role, and I don't understand where Aja's characterization came from. She totally could have pulled from the "you're beautiful, you're perfect, you're Linda Evangelista," because that to me was a very insecure person type of a moment.
Yeah.
And I think I would have rather have seen that type of character if she had tapped into that reserve and pulled from that.
When she said she was riffing off of Pheromone, which was really shady but really funny, that would have been the perfect person to kind of ape for this challenge. I don't know, she definitely went with the spoiled brat, not with needy. Milk was just atrocious from start to finish. She was showboating, she was upstaging, she was loud, she was obnoxious, she was psychopathic, she wasn't a stalker.
And you can showboat, what we clearly saw Bendela and Shangela and Kennedy do. They definitely showboated through their scene. They stole the scene, but it was in a respectful partner way.
Right.
And it was in a, my partner's not doing nothing, so I'm gonna amp it up as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Whereas Milk was not doing that at all. Milk was just I need to be in the front, and I'm the lead here. I'm the star. But Kennedy, Kennedy was so good with the teeth and the way that she was acting. I'm pretty sure that's her same padding that she used during the Hello Kitty challenge for her ghetto character.
Probably.
Her ghetto kitty.
My favorite Kennedy moment was when she got too turned during the massage and just took her wig off and pulled
and
her
revealed that
dress
she was
up.
a man.
And it was the progression. The progression of taking the wig off because it's too hot, kicking the shoes off, lifting the dress up, and then collapsing on the ground I'm a man. It was just start to finish. It was art.
All the physical comedy was so good, and not a lot of people are good with physical comedy.
No, and Kennedy really is good at it when she wants to be. Everybody has this perception that she's just the dancing diva of Texas, but she is. Like Ross said, I don't think of you as a comedy queen, but you are a comedy queen, and she, when she needs to pull it out, she can.
She won the Snatch Game, and she won the Ru Parody Challenge. So, I mean, she's got the comedy chops.
She's got the stuff.
She's got the right stuff.
Another, obviously, a top contender, and one that I very much enjoyed was Bendela.
She was so
Killing
good.
it. Yet again, deservedly putting herself in the top spot.
Have you ever taken out a catheter before?
Ah,
that was the best line of the whole night.
Good.
I was wheezing.
Just from start to finish, the whole thing, sort of riffing off the Jennifer Coolidge type character, the breastplate, the hot pink dress, showing her cooch when she came out.
With the bad plastic surgery makeup,
It was, Bendela is just a star this season, and it's great to see all these queens just eating it when they were where's Ben been for the last 6 years? Nowhere, ha ha ha. And Ben's top 3, first 3 episodes. Another shout out to Shangela.
Shangela was so funny, and I had no doubt in my mind that she was gonna do well. Her character, as well as Chi-Chi's for a little bit of it, up and down, were very much the guidance counselors from Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo.
Yes.
It was very much like that, especially the way that Shangela kind of styled herself was very much like the one counselor, and I thought it was so funny and interesting.
Also, missed opportunity on Trixie's part for not pulling an Oh Honey at some point.
She should have been Oh Honeying the whole time.
Just, I would have been okay with just one pointed
One really well placed.
Oh Honey. Just one. Just to like wink wink nudge nudge all the fans.
I really did love how she kept calling him different names.
That was good.
Really funny.
She did a great job, and she would have also been in the top if not for Milk. And it's possible maybe Trixie did have more and she was building up to a great Oh Honey moment, and then Milk just steamrolled over everything.
I don't know. I don't think she could have beat out Dayla for that top spot. I thought Dayla was so good.
Yes.
But Trixie's runway was better than Dayla's, in my opinion.
It was, and I think if Trixie had been able to land everything she wanted to, I think this could have been Trixie's episode.
It could have been.
Shout out to Ru for giving us shirtless Jeffrey Boyer Chapman for a good segment of The Bachelor.
That was really good. That was
RuPaul
blessed.
and her team doing the Lord's work.
So the runway was inspired by Roxy Andrews, wigs on wigs on wigs. I gotta say, just kind of like being honest here, I was low-key a little bummed with most of the runway. A lot of it didn't really like stand out like, oh my gosh, that was groundbreaking. Like I really didn't like a lot of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was it was like the rubber on the runway from last season of All Stars, where it was like, y'all didn't think you were actually gonna have to do this challenge.
Yeah.
So you didn't bring an outfit. And a lot of the outfits looked like, I packed this thing, so I guess I'll use this for the challenge.
Yeah, it was... The problem was most of the wig reveals didn't have that like, factor. What Trixie did made me go, because it was such a sharp difference from the big Lady Bunny wig to you rip it off, you don't, like, oh, what's it gonna be? And then that short little bowl cut
And
wig.
sleek hair, yeah.
That was something that I was like, oh, bitch! Because it was such a stark difference.
Sure.
That I enjoyed that. Conversely, I also did enjoy very much Bendela's. It wasn't the best, but I did really enjoy how she had the wig reveal, and then she pulled a Jade Jolie and had a outfit made of hair.
Yeah.
So that one, that was kind of cool too, to be like, wig reveal. Oh, but wait, boom!
Here's
I got
another
a whole
one.
damn skirt full of hair. So again, it wasn't like a oh my god outfit, but it was a cool thing.
My two favorites were Aja's, because she did 3 wigs and they were all so different from each other. And then I loved her outfit, obviously I like bows. Like, that's the thing that
Her outfit was
Her
my
outfit
favorite.
was really fun and super avant-garde. I loved it.
I loved everything. I loved the outfit. I loved the big Sailor Moon plastic hair, and then I loved the she had the anime eyeglasses. Like, that was a look. L-E-W-K. Look.
And then my other second favorite was Shangela's, because it was so campy and like different from anything I would associate with Shangela. And it was so over the top, and she took it to a different place.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. Even if it wasn't totally like, this isn't quite the assignment, it was so fun and so different that I was like, I live for this. Yes.
I really liked Shangela's. I think I would agree. My only thing was neither of her wigs were actually wigs. It was a headpiece, and then it was like string with popcorn in it.
Sure.
So I loved the idea.
It was like Ginger's rubber runway, where it's like, that's not latex.
It wasn't the assignment per se. It was a reveal, but it wasn't a wig on wig on. So yeah. that was my only thing with Shangela's. Like, if that had been an avant-garde situation or something else, like, that would have been like a top winner for me. But given that everybody else did have hair reveals, even Aja, though she started with the plastic, anime wig, she had a real wig and then revealed a third wig. For Shangela, it was a headpiece into non-wig wig.
Yeah.
So that was my only thing for Shangela's, but it was great. I loved it.
And then what I really loved was that Chi Chi had a Roxy moment during the Roxy challenge.
The thing is with Chi Chi, like, Chi Chi is a strong competitor. I just don't know why she's listening to her inner saboteur this competition, because look at her season, and she made it to top 4
Mm-hmm.
with less than she has now.
Oh,
less,
yeah.
Less skill, less resources, less everything. And she made it to top 4.
That's an accomplishment.
And yet this time, where she is so strong, she's not embracing anything.
It's almost like she's given up before she even
She's
walked through the door.
It's like she's pulling in a door but slower. Like,
it's kind of heartbreaking because I was really hoping
yeah,
better things for her.
yeah. Well, and she has the potential to, and that's what's infuriating. It's not a situation where she doesn't have the potential to reach these heights. She fully does. She's just not doing it.
I think she's just way too in her head right now.
Yeah.
And she needs to get out of it if she wants to stay. So the lip sync was a ballad, which was like real different, and Kennedy just destroyed it. That dress was everything.
The dress was beautiful. And she did another wig reveal. That was better than her
It was
runway
so
one.
good.
But I will shout out to Kennedy for doing, 4 wig reveals
In this
one
whole
night?
episode.
5 if you count her ripping her wig off in the challenge. Like, Kennedy took her wig off more times in this video than...
Roxy Andrews did in her whole commercial.
Commercial?
Yeah, remember the commercial they had to do on All Stars? Kennedy Davenport took off her wig more times than Milan did. Kennedy Davenport took off more wigs than Bendela Creme took off bras in the talent show.
Also, I don't mind a ballad. Why a Lorde song?
Why?
I love Lorde. What she does is really fascinating. That song is really fascinating because it doesn't follow like the typical structure and rhythm that a song should. So it is a fascinating piece of music, but
also confusing for Drag
It
Race.
was really confusing. The cut made no sense because it didn't go anywhere. It was here, and then it was over, and it was like I didn't realize they were done.
Honestly, I think Dela threw this lip sync and she threw the last lip sync too. Clearly, she was so uncomfortable having to say, yeah, I voted for Thorgy too at the beginning of the episode, and I did it for reasons. Why did you do it? You say it first. Like, clearly she doesn't want to have to do, like, the elimination portion of it, and so she's finding ways to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, the lip sync last week, she totally threw it. After she won Anaconda, I'm like, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything. And I think she's throwing them. But I'm not mad about it. So anyway, Milk is gone. Next week is Snatch Game!
Yay!
I love Snatch Game. I'm pretty sure this is the smallest Snatch Game ever, because it's only 7 contestants.
The smallest
snatch
ever?
the smallest snatch ever. It's also a really interesting situation, because unlike in All Stars 2, where pretty much everybody there were like either really great or really bad in their Snatch Games, this one has 2 Snatch Game winners, 2 people who have never experienced Snatch Game ever, and 3 who were safe in their Snatch Games. I really want Chi Chi to do well, and I hope she pulls out something interesting.
I don't think Chi Chi is gonna do well just because
She's losing steam.
clearly she flatlined in this improv challenge, and the thing about that is like Shangela wasn't steamrolling Chi Chi. Shangela was giving.
She was throwing her so
many
much.
bones. Like
She was like, here, take this.
Shangela,
Take that.
Shangela was just the side of handing Chi Chi lines to say.
I honestly, truly think that the bottom 3 is gonna be Chi Chi, Aja, and potentially Trixie. Because Trixie's so funny that she might overthink it and try to do something that's not funny. Obviously, Aja did not do great in her Snatch Game. They didn't even show her in her Snatch Game. They gave one answer for Alyssa Edwards. And Chi Chi's Eartha Kitt was very like, it was safe.
It was very safe.
I don't think it was particularly funny. It wasn't bad, but it was very
It
safe.
wasn't good, and in this headspace, Shangela will do fine.
I think Shangela potentially could win depending on who she does. And then I think that Kennedy is gonna do really well too.
It'll depend on what Kennedy does, because she set such a high bar for herself with her Little Richard. So then for Kennedy, there is the great potential that it'll be like a Tatiana situation where Tatiana's Brittany was impeccable and then her Ariana just fell so flat comparatively. When you've already hit your best, how do you do better?
How do you peak?
How do
Yeah.
you peak? So I'm nervous. This is gonna be a divisive
This is
one.
not a prescription refill. That's what I want. I want someone else to do.
A Donatella
I want
Versace
someone to do
outfit.
Donatella Versace as Miss Fame.
You mean Miss Fame?
Miss Fame. No, Donatella Versace as Miss Fame. So like come out with like
With finger waves with the
finger
clips
waves,
in, but then like that
and like the really
sunken,
snatched eye, but like the sunken
the
face,
sunken over puffed Donatella lips and blacked out eyes, like.
and just
Hello,
mugging the whole time.
Earthlings. I have come from outer space to beautify your world.
Yes. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Victory Lap. Let us know what you thought about this episode in the comments below. We will see you all again next week. Don't read me for this look because it's awful and I hate it and I want her to die and I'm gonna take her off. Bye!
Bye!